You want to play some cards? You want to help me out? All right. Today we're going to answer a question. Exactly how do I figure out that somebody else is bluffing, and how do I keep from somebody else finding out that I'm bluffing? Now, Ryan is going to help us out today. We're going to start with the question, which we already have. We then would move to research, which we're going to do today. And then we will make a hypothesis on how we can answer the question. And then we'll test the hypothesis. Now today we won't have everything, all the gear. So we're going to fake test the hypothesis. I'm getting ready to deal to you right now. So Ryan and I are going to do some research here. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Okay. Ryan, seeing as your arms are short, I shall give you your cards. There you go. There's your cards. All right. I'm looking at mine. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to bet 20. How many would you like to bet, Ryan? 25? I think Ryan's bluffing. Now, how do we tell if Ryan's bluffing? So now Ryan and I have finished showing you our little home game that we have going on. Continuing with research, I have done quite a bit of research on poker. You know, it's all for science. So in my researching poker, I have played online, I have played in home games, and I have played at casinos. Now, every single different place that you can play lends itself to different types of bluffing from what I've learned. Those different types of bluffing, let's take the casino for instance, or the poker room. The casino or the poker room, the bluffing, I can't do it. Pretty much everybody sees right through me, and I end up losing lots of money. And at the home game, I've gotten a little bit better because it's a lot of talking. So the differences in the games is that in the poker room, people are just clicking their chips. Raise, bet, raise, check, check, raise. You're supposed to go. And I hear that a lot in the poker rooms. Now, in the home games, more people are talking. Hey, Joe, how'd you do today? Oh, I did really good. How'd you do today? Oh, pretty good. So they're talking, and the reason why that's important is because when constructing our hypothesis on how we would go about learning how somebody bluffs, there's a voice stress analyzer that's readily available in the open market that we could use for an experiment to see if the voice stress analyzer, which measures the amount of fluctuation in one's voice, as you're lying, and bluffing is lying. So you could take a voice stress analyzer and you could listen to the other people at the table and see the readout to see if the voices are inflecting up or down. It's because when somebody is lying, they're under stress and their voice box tightens up and their voice rises ever so slightly, and the voice stress analyzer can hear that. Now in the poker room, when people are just not talking and doing this, I believe that there is a way that you cannot measure their galvanic skin response, which has to do with the amount of electrical resistance on their skin, because I really don't think that too many casinos would let you put electrodes on all of the little individual players. I think they'd have a problem with that. But what you could do is there is a way to measure certain changes in the skin with a laser bouncing from the skin and back, and the amount of scatter that happens indicates sweat, which is another part of the skin response, because the more moisture, the better the electrical flow. So you could take a laser. We'll mock it up for you right now. Yeah, so I'm going to bet 10. How much are you going to bet? 20? Okay, I'll go in with you. So there is a way to do that in the poker room. Another way to do it in the poker room, and that would be a fairly simple experiment to set up. Another way to do it in the poker room is to, when the betting goes around, you could probably do some sort of high speed and or sound count of the chips as they fall. I imagine that there has got to be some correlation between how fast somebody does the chips and what they're holding in their hand. They're more excited, it's moving faster. So I think that one could safely say that there's going to be some correlation there. It would have to go on to the hypothesis testing to find out if that's true. Now on the home game with the voice stress analyzer, I think it would be fairly safe to say that you could hook the voice stress analyzer up to headphones. Again, we've mocked this up for you. So, voice stress analyzer. This is not a bread box. And you got your little headphones here, and you listen to your Walkman. Okay, I'm listening to my Walkman. I'm listening to my, I bet 10. Oh, I bet 20. Okay, well, then you're obviously bluffing. So, what you could do in that situation is listen to the readout. It beeps when somebody's bluffing, then you know they're bluffing. Same with the galvanic skin response, the sweat in the poker room. Now, what you could do to keep yourself from showing your bluff, especially in the home game, I'm a firm believer in the Pavlovian dog response. You could take the same voice stress analyzer, hook it up to a couple of electrodes and a 12-volt battery, wire it up to the subject. Yeah, I think I'm going to bet 15! So as they're getting shocked multiple times, over and over again, every time that they bet, sooner or later the voice stress is going to even out. Pavlovian dog response. They're not going to raise an inflection because it causes pain every time that they raise an inflection. So that'll be at least one tell that goes away. Now, further research would have to be done on exactly what other tells that one might have, especially if we're doing the research and we're finding that clicking your chips, faster leads to something. So there's a myriad of ways that we could both see that somebody else and also to minimize the amount of bluffing that we do ourselves. Setting up for this experiment would take very little time. Everything's off the shelf. And so, thank you for your time. This is Michael, playing poker.